How's it going, everyone? It is Prashaun here, and we have Merlin. Merlin is a pretty cool card when it comes to Marvel Snap Season Pass card, so I suggest you get this card. I think it's here to stay in the long run, like every other Season Pass card, or at least they'll make it where your money goes a long way, right? So Merlin is a 2/3. At the start of each turn, add an incantation to your hand, and it seems like they've changed like the way incantations and spells look, right? With Merlin and Agamotto. So they look like this little round thing, portal inside of a card. So we have Omniversal Presence, which is an on reveal. So you replace a location and you give Merlin +2 power, which I think is pretty cool. And it only costs one. And we have Once and Future, which on reveal, shuffle your lowest power card here into your deck, and you get +2 energy next turn, which I think is pretty clutch too, especially on like turn 5 or something. Even early in the game, it can help out too. And then next we have Polymorph. So on reveal, transform your lowest power card here into one that costs one more. And this card is pretty crazy, especially against junk decks. You're not going to see that many out and about in the wild, because if someone throws over a void on your side of the board, you just play Polymorph, and that void can be any 5 cost in the game. It could be Iron Man. Like it can, I don't know. It's insane. I think this card is very clutch, and it stops a lot of stuff. So let's go into the day one deck, or one of the decks that's pretty popular with Merlin so far. We'll talk about it, and then we'll play some games, and hopefully I can get some dubs with Merlin, the new season pass card of Marvel Snap. So let's get into it. And as always, make sure you like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. I try to post Marvel Snap content on the daily, and you don't want to miss out. So let's go right into the deck. We have Nicholas Scratch, Nico, Zabu, Surge, Kate Bishop, Merlin, which is missing. It's a glitch or something. We have Red Guardian, Shang-Chi, Galacta, Gwenpool, Wiccan, and Agamotto. So, of course, we have Nicholas Scratch, which is one of the other newest cards in Marvel Snap as well. I think Nicholas is a very good card. He might not seem like that on paper, because you definitely have to play cards like Merlin, Agamotto with him for him to work. But I think in the future, with more spell and incantation cards coming to Marvel Snap, you have a new archetype and you're able to get maximum value out of Nicholas Scratch, because he's a one cost. And one cost, I don't know, it's low risk, high reward when it comes to Nicholas Scratch. So of course you want to try to play him on turn one. Turn two, we could go either Nico or Zabu. Nico is a very good card still, and she's a Swiss Army knife. Just in case you don't have Merlin, you could change a location, you could change a card into a demon, you could do so much stuff. And then we have Zabu here. Zabu is here to discount your Shang-Chi, your Galacta, your Gwenpool, your Wiccan, which is pretty good on curve, especially when you're trying to play your Wiccan on 4 or even sometimes on 3. And then we have Surge here too. Surge is here for some ramp as well, just in case you don't get your Wiccan. You could ramp out and then do things like pretty crazily with this card. And then we have Kate Bishop here. Kate Bishop is pretty good, especially with her arrows. You could clog a lane with the acid arrow. Plus, it's here to play on curve too with Wiccan. So you play either one of your one costs on 1, you play Kate Bishop on 2, and then you could play many different cards. You could play Surge and one of her arrows on 3. That way on 4, you could play Wiccan. And then we have Merlin, like we talked about before. He's so versatile, and his incantations help out Nicholas Scratch and buff Nicholas Scratch along the way. We have Red Guardian here as some tech, just in case they're playing something crazy like a Morbius, either or. If they're playing an Iron Man, anything like that, you could just shut that off. Or if they're playing like a Jean Grey or something, you could shut that off. Or if you get lucky, you could catch a Kitty Pryde. And then we have Shang-Chi as some tech. If you're seeing a lot of ongoing, I say Shang-Chi should be replaced with Enchantress or Rogue. You can do anything like that with the Shang-Chi. You can even put in Negasonic if you want to. But Shang-Chi goes good with Zabu, plays well on curve. And of course, Shang-Chi, no one's going to expect it on the final turn on this deck. Next, we have Galacta. She's just here to buff cards. That way you can take an advantage, take an edge, especially if your opponent is playing a Shang-Chi and you have a bunch of cards that are over 10 power. on your side, like they have to make decisions, and you want to make them make those decisions. And then next we have Gwenpool just to boost up your hand too. It's another way to take an advantage and do things that your opponent doesn't expect. And then finally, or second to finally, we have Wiccan. Like I mentioned a few times already, Wiccan is just here to get you above the curve, and plus he's a pretty beefy card to be a 4-cost. Like Galacta, Gwenpool, Wiccan, all decent stats for 4-cost card, and especially with Zabu cheating him out early on 3, you just snap. When I have like Zabu, Hawkeye, or if I have like Zabu, Surge, and I have like Wiccan, I snap because there's no way they can keep up with the pace. And then lastly, we have Agamotto. Agamotto is a pretty decent card too, and his spells or incantations work well with Nicholas Scratch. That's why he's in this deck. And then with one of his spells too, like you could cheat out extra energy. That way you could play on the curve even better. And if you look at like, let's say bolts of Baltarak, like you get +4 energy. With that on top of a Wiccan, you could go pretty crazy on the final turns. I typically like to play this on turn 5, but you could go pretty crazy. And then even images of Einon, this is insane too. You'll see in some of the games. Like this saved the day for me. And then of course, one of my favorite spells is the Winds of Watum. Just afflicting an enemy card with -5 power and just moving it is insane. Like it, I don't know. It gives me joy when I'm able to do it. Like I always want to play it whenever I see it in my hand. And then cool thing too, right? With all these like spells and incantations, like the way they're, I really love the card design. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully everyone's having fun with Merlin. So let's go into the games. Hopefully we get some dubs. So let's go. All right, so let's go to Imperial Manipulation into Comatage. I think we have this, but we're going against this guy. That's pretty scary. All right, we're gonna go Surge next into Comatage. There's Nick. Got Nicholas Scratch here in hand. It's pretty good. All right, let's see what we get. Daily Bugle.
Breaking news.
So they have a Gambit. I really don't want to do this. Thinking about it. Let's go Nico. Gambit. Let's do it. Why not?
I am Apocalypse.
YOLO. Agamotto, it was nice knowing you, bro. So we got a Merlin, we have a Shang-Chi. And we have a Winds of Watum. So let's go Merlin, Gwenpool. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it back to me, right? Ooh, they play a Bolt to get tons of energy. So maybe we made a mistake not doing that, but I feel like Surge is doing her thing here. So we have a 12 Nicholas Scratch before he even goes in. Alright, so once in the future here, shuffle your lowest power. Let's go Red Guardian. Let's go Nicholas Scratch in the middle. We're gonna have to shuffle something back, and we'll hold on to Winds of Watum. get the extra energy. So they play Dracula. Gambit. I knew they're gonna pay us back somehow, somewhere. And there goes Nicholas Scratch. So scratch the middle.
I am reborn.
That's a 28 Apocalypse.
You won't need this anymore. You won't need this anymore.
I am Apocalypse.
36. Alright. Well, Red Guardian goes off again, right? So I think we go Red Guardian in the middle. Winds of Watun. Shang-Chi. And then Polymorph. I don't know if this wins. We're trying it. Yes, it does work. No way. No way. Just imagine if we played the Shang-Chi on the right. That would have been insane.
Victory.
Holy mother. That was insane. That was crazy. Like, they had me, like, that was insane. Apocalypse being 36. And then us being able to blink out, or take out Red Guardian, put it back into our deck, top deck it, and then hit Dracula. Like, that is crazy. That is insane. GG's, man. I feel bad. I feel bad. I think it felt weird trying to play that Gambit early on our side. But we had to do it. I think we had to do it. And then to take out the Morbius, I think that scared them too because they didn't have a threat on this side. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. We have Zabu, Merlin, Winds of Watun, and Galacta. Let's go ahead and go Zabu. Discount our Shang-Chi, Gwenpool, Wiccan, and Agamotto. Not Agamotto. Never mind. Take that back. Alright, let's go. Do we go Winds of Watun? To mess with this, let's do that now. Get our butt off out of here. Now it's gonna take him a few more turns to go off, right? Can we get a Wiccan? We get Gwenpool instead. Let's go Gwenpool. We have an awesome curve right now. And we can play Surge and... Ooh, Viper. Okay. So then Viper over the Buttrock. So let's go Merlin, Surge. And then Merlin spells can help us out to get rid of that, right? Alright, turn 5. Next turn we get 4 energy. So let's do this. And then images too. And then we'll get 2 Merlins. I think that's totally fine. And we've had a good curve this whole game. That sucks. But it's totally fine. Totally fine. Final turn. So we have Polymorph. Let's go Hawkeye. Does this win it? We'll try. We'll see what happens here. I think this might be pretty close, to be honest.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
The truck doesn't move. which is fine. Well, I think he moves out. Ooh, we steal it. Let's go.
Victory.
That was close. So the Batroc on our side ended up being positive after getting Shang-Chi, Winds of Watum to start off. Hala as our first location. We have a good curve here. Let's go Zabu into Hala, and then we'll play Winds of Watum next. We'll see how that goes. Alright, it hits Shang-Chi, which is totally fine. Totally fine. So, Strange Academy. Let's go Winds of Watum. We have an awesome curve going. Awesome curve. And watch, that's Falcon, probably. No, Iron Patriot. So do they have to, or they move the, they can't even move the shield. Let's go Gwenpool here. Yeah, they have to play something that costs more than, ooh, so no. It's wild. Now let's go Wiccan. We had the perfect curve to play our Wiccan. And we can get the party started, right? Do they play in the Hala to get rid of my Zabu? I don't think the Zabu matters as much. So they don't. I think they were pretty scared of what I was going to do. So they have 11 power vision. So do they move the vision or does vision stay? Let's try to... Do we try to take him out now? Or do we go for the energy? So let's go for the bolts and Gwenpool. So we got tons of energy to play with. So they move the vision. I figured they would have moved. And then let's go Gwenpool again. So we have a pretty hefty... We're playing Thanos? They didn't... Oh, they didn't play any stones. Alright. So what happens here? We could play Agamotto and Shang-Chi. And Merlin. Let's go Agamotto, Shang-Chi, Merlin. They have priority, which is scary. But we'll do this. I think this is our best bet. Because they're playing Airsham. They only had 7 energy. I had, what, 10 energy to play with? More than that? So Mind Stone. Soul Stone? Oh, Gilgamesh. So we still win. Despite
Power
the Gilgamesh
must
play.
be controlled.
And then there's Merlin. Probably should have snapped, but it's totally fine.
Victory.
Alright, so we have Zabu, Kate Bishop, and Wiccan to start off. So we have a good curve. Ooh, there's Merlin. So we have an awesome curve for Wiccan here. I think we can snap. Just based off our curve. His locations are good. Let's go Hawkeye. And then we have Galacta to play too. This is a perfect curve. Perfect curve. See what they do here. They play Ravonna, so I'm thinking Mr. Negative. Not Vesuvius. Let's go Galacta. We can play Wiccan next. They play Hope. Interesting. Let's go Wiccan. They go Jeff. Mercury, okay. Okay. Let's go. Merlin. I'm gonna go Merlin and Gwenpool. Grapple, maybe? Professor X. Super spicy. Let's go Nicholas Scratch. No, let's go Agamotto. Images at Einon. I think we still take this. There's no turning back now. That Professor X is spicy. I really do like that. Because what do they do? Do they do Cannonball here? Like, they can't really do Cannonball. They have Shang-Chi. I don't know.
Opponent.
I think I lose. I think I lose. Because I think I messed up with this grapple. But he can't move. He technically can't move, so I think we should be fine. Unless they play Shang-Chi. If they play Shang-Chi in the middle, I'm cooked. Cannonball. Lena, yeah, we got it. Woo!
Victory.
Yeah, GG's there. Shang-Chi would have cooked us, but I figured Cannonball, but the grapple, like knowing that Mercury's here, I wasn't gonna be able to move anything there. So I got saved. GG's. Spells, man. The spells out of nowhere can win you games for sure. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of Merlin? And if you haven't watched my variants video so far from this week, to guess which variant is my favorite, that way you have a chance of winning a gold pass. I think I'm going to switch it from gold pass to season pass. I think I'm going to pick 4 winners every month. And yeah, I think that might be better. I think that's more value. Or I might pick 2. I might pick a random number of winners each week. So make sure you guys check out that video. I have my bundles video, but the week's almost over, so half of them are probably already gone. But thank you all again for watching. Until next time, keep on snapping, and peace.